You know what I'm calling it now, Snakeskin? Applejack
What?
is best Edward Kenway.
Dude, that fucking pirate interpretation for I was this episode straight up had me laughing some of the most that I have in recent time watching the show. Like, oh my god, I can't even sentence right now. Freaking Applejack in Rarity's retelling was like freaking Popeye channeling Peg Leg Pete. What was it? Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie's Rarity. I think it was Rarity was hilarious. As soon
Hmm.
as she stepped foot on screen, I was already laughing with like her with all her sea helpers guys carrying her crap on the thing.
What are
And
you
then
doing stealing Applejack's crew? That's the Jackdaw crew.
and then Applejack just made Pinkie Pie look like a total retard, and I was just like, "Come on, dude, that's your fam. You guys are fam now. You got to be tight."
Yeah. Okay. I was not
And
really
trust me,
expecting anything.
I know all about tight friendships and stuff. I mean, I'm playing fucking Kingdom Hearts right now while we do this, so no one can tell me I don't understand the values of friendship.
Yep.
Saves worlds, dude, and
Oh,
not just
yeah.
ones with ponies.
Uh-huh. Again, they need to acquisition Hasbro.
Dude, if Disney wants you, they could acquisite that shit in like a minute.
Hmm. So, I was not expecting a ton for this episode. Mainly because it's like, the synopsis seems interesting, I suppose, but I wasn't
Plus, with a
really
name
expecting
like
much.
Pony P or PPOV, I was expecting, and I was not disappointed. I expected someone in a chat somewhere to make a Pornhub joke, which they did. So
Oh my, really?
I'm sorry, it's right there. But what John was saying, yeah, I was thinking about it myself. And, the whole, oh, some big event happened and then they retell it to us. I thought it would be a rehash of that one episode they've done this season. Which one did you say was the Saddle Shores review or something?
Yeah, Saddle Row Review, when they're talking about the Manhattan branch of Rarity's Boutique opening up.
Yeah, I thought it would be kind of a rehash of that because in that they Tarantino'd it, and it was like, oh, this happened, but they were going to intersect stuff in pieces. But no, they pleasantly put me through a loop here. They CSI'd it where the thing happened, and then they repiece the story, and then they retell it to us.
Hmm.
And can I just say, Twilight made one critical error when she was re-going through the story. She was like, dude, there were some common things. There was bubbles, cucumber sandwiches, and then the storm. And I said, hey, the most crucial piece of evidence is the one you're forgetting about. What about the pinata? Every
Yeah,
story had a pinata.
that's what I was thinking too.
Dude, I was so waiting for that pinata to play a part at the end plot. You have no idea.
Yeah. Just like have the pinata float around or something and be like a magical charm or something like that.
Like, I'm just saying, have you ever seen the pinata and Sombra in the same place at the same time?
Oh, I see the head canyon you're going for. No, but I love when the episode starts because it talks about it's literally Twilight and Spike, and they're like, hey, I can't wait to see, what's going on with Applejack, Rarity, and Pinkie Pie because they all went on this big boat trip to get out of their element. And then I like it's a little thing, but you know how like when Silver Quill does the whole thing of continuity, I'm thinking to myself when they're at the point when they're walking to the train station and they're just like, oh, too bad Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy can't make it because they were at their junior speedsters reunion or something. I'm just like, exposition.
Yeah, they definitely I do definitely feel you on that, but I will tell you this though. Um there's always these little things I'm noticing throughout these episodes, the recently that they just nail, and this parlays into something I was going to say into that. The interactions between Twilight and Spike were hilarious. Like how she wouldn't even look at him, and she just like hands him like the quill and note. It's like little things like that. I'm just like, that's so funny. I was actually initially worried about how the episode would play out solely because this episode had 4 writers, and I have a rule of 3 when it comes to TV shows. If it has more than 2 credited writers, then usually something's off. Maybe it's overcomplicated. Maybe it's not written consistently. What I think happened was they had someone write the main plot, and then they had the other 3 writers write the different perspectives from each of the characters. In that case, that's pretty smart because it worked.
Yeah, yeah. This was interesting. Certainly interesting episode. So they get to the train station, and all 3 of them come out.
Oh,
And
they are
they're
so
like,
pissed.
they're beyond pissed. It kind of makes sense with you changing your calendar to anger just a few minutes before the call started.
Inside Out, bro.
Yeah, totally. So they get out, they all, wriggle each other out, and Applejack and Rarity go separate ways. And I'm thinking, where's Pinky gonna go? And she just climbs over the train.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
She just
don't give
climbs over the.
fucks.
Yeah, she just parkours over that shit like Genji from Overwatch, and she was just like, I will make my cupcakes where they do not expect. I've been playing that game way too fucking much. And Twilight's like, oh no, what happened? And then is this the next day or later in the day? Yeah, later in the day. She's putting out things for a tea party, and
Yeah.
they're all so they can all come over, and this is the first instance of her handing the quill and paper to Spike. That's hilarious um
She
because
wants
he's
to
like,
capture every detail of it.
yeah, and she said the only thing I'm worried about is that they'll all talk over each other, and I won't be able to understand every detail. So I may need you to take notes. And Spike just gives her this really homey type of look, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, Spike doesn't have to put up with this. So it's at the party thing, and
Maybe that's why he gets along with Starlight so well, because Twilight's treating him like a piece of shit.
So Pinky, Applejack, and Rarity's respective pets come over. Opal, Winona, and Gummy, and each of them are carrying a note.
And
Opal has a note.
I love how the first one is Opal. Easy, just pull the letter out. I can't come, darling, because of all this stuff, I'm doing. I don't like the guest list, and so I'm not coming, Rarity. And then she gets to Winona, who's just spinning around in one of the chairs. And I'm just like, yes. And after that, you have Gummy with not even a note, just written on his belly is the note from Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, she's just like, sorry guys, I have a problem with the guest list. Also, I'm in the middle of a very important cupcake, and I don't want to be that guy, but I would just like to point out Rainbow Dash is not in this episode.
Neither is Fluttershy.
Yeah, what was up with that? They're at flight school or something? No,
Yeah, the flight school reunion.
Yeah. So is that next week's episode? Because that seems like an interesting plot.
No, next week's episode is actually the one where Applejack talks to Applebloom about that she wasn't as honest.
That's right.
I'm interested.
I need to see if she pulls a Garfield Logan from Teen Titans, accidentally gets her parents killed, and then she can become the Changeling.
You know what? Speaking of
she joins the Doom Patrol.
Speaking of changelings, I have a theory of what the season finale is going to be. What if, how they've been subtly teasing? You have the changeling from Slice of Life, then you have the little dot from the end of the crystalline flying in, and then you meet Thorax. what if Chrysalis is back, the main six are out and can't help, so Starlight has to bring a bunch of other characters, including Thorax, to fight the Changeling invasion.
So basically, Red Hood and the Outlaws have to basically unite together to fight Kingpin. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Red Hood is DC and Kingpin's Marvel. The point is, superhero
Still
team
the
up is
best.
always awesome.
Still one of the best Marvel villains of all time. I love Kingpin.
Dude, Kingpin
He's like the
is
Lex Luthor of Marvel.
Yeah, I know. Lex Luthor is kind of something similar. People always forget it's like, yeah, they don't have superpowers, but they're evil bastards, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Even Lex Luthor, he took 40 cakes. That's as many as 4 10s, and that's terrible.
Oh my god.
I love that picture.
Yeah, that's great. So what happens next is Twilight's like, well, shit. And she's like, well, we better go talk to him. The first place they go is the first place they go to is Rarity because because
reasons.
Yes, and I like that Rarity's still picking crap out of her hair. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, and then it's a little crab that comes out. Yeah. It's just like,
I am sorry, my head does not support marine life, and my thought is, where's that crab supposed to go? Yeah. And come to think of it,
and the crab just gets set down and just starts walking away or scuttling away. I'm just like, that's the first time we've seen a crab in this show, and it looks so out of place.
6 seasons for them to introduce marine life. # Marine Lives Matter. So I was good.
Ponies.
So we're getting the sea ponies, boy. So really quick. So also Spike makes mention that he what do you say? Polished his scales.
Oh yeah, I polished my scales for nothing. But what's funny is
that's not how scales work.
Yeah, but it's full of magic and ponies. Why are we still questioning this crap?
You know, I really think I should have abandoned that type of questioning 4 years ago, but
yeah. So they go into the first flashback. And again, Applejack, oh my gosh.
Dude, I don't know how Ashley Ball was able to simultaneously carry a Southern accent while speaking like a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
But holy damn, dude, she freaking nailed it.
Oh, she's like, God. We're going on the high seas, y'all.
We're going on the high seas, sir. She's like, oh, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just like, dude, this is Chick Torbjorn right now. Awesome.
So, did Quentin Tarantino direct this?
So from there, Rarity's like, and this is where the cucumber sandwiches come into play because they're on the boat and they're sailing, and she's like, check out my lunch. I got all this fine stuff. And then Pinky's like, dude, check out my lunch.
It's peanuts from the circus.
My thing is like, Equestria has a circus?
I wonder if it was something that Flim and Flam did previously.
Watch, Trixie was originally part of the circus, but it insulted her gypsy lifestyle. And dude, Trixie is a gypsy should be confirmed because that works way too freaking good. Well, I mean,
it should be more for Tree Hugger though.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, gypsies don't like to be called gypsies, but I always forget the actual name for them. The point I'm trying to make is that yeah, circuses are apparently real, and Applejack in her freaking Kenway getup leads them into a maelstrom because according to Rarity's version of this story, Applejack led them on a treasure hunt that almost ended up getting him killed. And it was funny because Applejack's like challenging the sea the whole time. She's like, "Yar, is that the best you got?"
And all I'm thinking is just like, you need to hit that wave head on in order to get over there.
Oh yeah.
We both love Black Flag, if you guys don't know.
Yeah, we've only been
Really
singing its
great.
praises for the last like 2 years.
Yeah, I really need to do a Let's Play of it because it's amazing.
I guess that just shows you how memorable, quote unquote, Unity and Syndicate were. Not.
Well, I actually haven't played Syndicate yet. I am playing through Rogan. That's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot about Rogue. Rogue actually wasn't half bad. Just for the different perspective. Hold on, this is about ponies. So, so yeah, and Twilight, and this is where I love the show's writing, because this is the type of thing where, of course, Rarity can't be right, because the characterization for Applejack's completely off. Although I do like how Applejack and Rarity maintain the idea that Pinkie Pie started playing tug of war at the map solely because she wanted to be sea captain. I'm just like, I don't know if she would willingly do that when she knows she's in danger, but that's still really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was right, because
she's still just like, trying to make Rarity and Applejack laugh.
Yeah, and again, so it's writing because obviously we know that this can't be legit, and I like that Twilight and Spike both don't take it for legit either, because they're straight up just like, they just love the characters. They're straight up just like, they wouldn't act like that. And Ray's like, "Oh, but Dolly, it gets worse."
Yeah,
and ship
and that's
capsizes.
when the storm happens.
Yeah, and then the Fire Nation attacked, and I love how Spike keeps getting increasingly more and more pissed. He's just like, "I just want to know how they escape." Well, right here, he's just like, "How'd you two escape?" And no one's telling him how it happened.
I'm far too emotionally drained. She gets on her fatty couch and starts eating the ice cream. I'm like, yes.
Oh, it's so funny.
I love that she likes chocolate chip mint ice cream. That's awesome.
I love that. I just love when Rarity gets overly dramatic. It's 4 years watching the show, and that is still one of the funniest fucking things.
Although when she got into her fainting couch this time, for some reason it looked a little off. Did it not?
Yeah,
it's almost like she almost floated
changed
over instead of dramatically falling.
Yeah, but maybe, dude, character development. She used to faint on a couch. Now she just lowers herself on a couch.
Oh.
Keep up, John.
Oh.
So so at this point they go to Pinkie Pie. And I don't know why, but I really love that the last 2 episodes, like, Pinkie Pie's still her, silly self, but the last 2 episodes specifically have, like, taken a kind of risk at making Pinkie Pie, like, not like more serious, but I don't know. Does it seem like she's less like she's still cheerful, but does it seem like she's less airheaded in recent episodes? I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a nice change of pace. And
she's thankfully not as bad as floaty thing. We need to stop talking about freaking Three's a Crowd. It keeps coming up though. That episode was terrible.
Just goes to show that we do not take Discord being in an episode as an excuse.
Mm-hmm. It's got to have good substance,
That's what that says. So at this point, Pinkie Pie was probably my favorite iteration of the story, solely because as soon as Rarity, like I said earlier, as soon as Rarity popped up on screen, oh my gosh, she gives that little whistle. Then she's in that. And then she's got all those ponies on her back. I mean, Applejack's was funny because she basically made Rarity Rose from Titanic, but this one was great because Pinkie Pie's just like the only thing I'm having trouble remembering is how many helper ponies or whatever she had.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, Bruh. So similar thing. Applejack has fancy. I like how two of these stories end up with Rarity just throwing her food in the water via
Yeah,
rage quit.
yeah. It's reminding me of a picture where it was Celestia and frickin' Twilight playing chess or something, and it's literally where Twilight takes her hooves and just dumps the board over, and it's just like rage quit Twilight style.
Oh, that's funny. There's some good stuff in this Phantom.
Uh, Especially when you have like there's one specific picture I remember where it's literally Fluttershy popping out of a paper bag on someone's kitchen counter. It's so cute.
And that's not even fair. So again, Twilight's like, this doesn't sound like them at all. And Pinkie Pie's like, oh, just wait. You think is she? I forget what exactly she says, but she's basically like, you think they don't sound like themselves now? Well, just
Yeah,
wait. It gets
yeah,
crazier.
yeah. They sound even less like themselves now. And I love how this whole scene, you have frickin' Spike just sitting on the middle table, and I'm
Eating
just like,
popcorn.
yeah. But even better, it's just like when you see him sitting there, I'm just like, he is so adorable sitting up there. And even better is the fact that we used to do that as kids too.
Oh yeah, I can't get on kitchen counters now. I'll just fucking break them. So
It's like
next,
a snake skin 94 out of nowhere.
by God is my witness, that tabletop is broken in half.
Uh,
So what next? Oh yeah, so Applejack. Applejack's is pretty funny. I got a little SJW triggered at Pinkie Pie because she totally had Pinkie Pie pegged as like for like Andrew WK on Quaaludes or something.
oh
And
gosh.
and again, same stuff. Rarity throws her food in the in the freaking ocean. I don't know why that's one of the funniest things. She's Rarity go through all the trouble of making this food, and she's like, "You don't deserve it." She's just like, "Fuck it," throws it in the ocean.
Yeah. What I find funny though is that this third time, literally, it's where Pinky starts bringing out her food, and she's just like, "Oh dear Lord," just throws it out.
And when Pinkie Pie's
No
like, "Would you
food
like to hit
but
the
my own.
pinata?" She's like, "Rarity, you want to hit the pinata?" And she's like, "Oh, you're serious?" It's just like, what a dick.
Well, she has been known to be the least subtle out of the main six. If you remember back in Baby Cakes, literally when Mr. and Mrs. Cake come up to her, she's just like, she's
Oh
just like,
yeah.
she's just like, babysitting. No, 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 no. I'm fatty. You would think about me though. So
Uh,
we'll get to that episode eventually.
yeah, eventually.
Eventually. So,
You take it from here. My throat's starting to hurt. I've been dealing with a cold the last few days.
oh, that sucks, dude. I had a cold 2 weeks ago, and then on Monday, over the weekend, I was in a wedding and some sort of stomach bug was going out. So over half of the wedding party was like puking their guts out and stuff like that. It was bad.
Oh,
Yeah. So then you have where Twilight and Spike go back and they're trying to figure this out. Like, what is going on? And let me just mention something when it came to when the pets were over there. I was looking in the background at Winona on the seat. She sniffs one of the cupcakes, but she doesn't take a bite. She just looks over at Winona and just trots off. I'm just like, that ain't a dog, okay? That just isn't. But anyway, they're trying to figure it out. And Twilight's just like, you know, there are some similarities to these. It's like, yeah, the similarity is that they're all different. And Twilight's just like, no, 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 no. They have the same thing in each of them. And so she brings out cucumber sandwiches, bubbles, and the wave.
But
And
not the most important thing.
yeah,
She didn't bring out the pinata.
I know, right? I'm thinking, well, what were you saying before the call?
Oh yeah, I was just like, dude, think about it. Have you ever seen wait, was it the Sombra joke?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, have you ever seen Sombra and the pinata in the same place?
Have you have you ever seen ICP? The blonde guy from ICP, Guy Fieri, and
Oh
what's the
yeah, no, yeah, it's like Violent J, Guy Fieri, and what's the? I always joke with my friends to say Kevin Owens, but yeah, I know the
yeah.
joke you're talking
Do
about.
you know? Have you ever seen them in the same place at the same time? Have you ever seen Donald Trump and his toupee separated?
Have you ever seen The Rain?
You're making that Everwater Clear revival joke again.
I want to know. So Pinkie Pie's like, so Twilight's like, I got it solved, and she rounds the three of them up. I was gonna ask this earlier. Where the hell are those docks supposed to be? Is that at Ponyville? Is that a section of Ponyville we haven't seen?
I
Because
was
it
just
gives.
think, I was just thinking it looks like the first area of a Black Flag.
Oh shit! I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think that half of the. I'm starting to think that half of the writing staff for the show are a bunch of nerds.
Well, they do make a lot of nerdy references, so possibly.
I'm just saying, if I get Laura Croft pony, that shows up as like a daring dude's rival. Like, her name doesn't even have to be Laura Croft. Her name can be like Lane Craft or something. But
Yeah,
anyway, so
laying craft.
No, her farmer equivalent, Lane Crops. So
Oh, it's like okay, you know the semi truck that Optimus Prime has for the movies? There was
yeah.
one where it was the same semi truck but painted all black, and someone was just like, "Hey, look, it's Optimus Prime's ghetto ass cousin Jerome."
Jerome Prime.
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that is too perfect."
So goddamn Twilight is like, okay, so oh yeah, and Spike's just like, can someone tell me how you made it back?
Yeah,
And
he
then
just yells it out. He's just like, "Well, someone, please tell me how you guys got out." And then
and
it's just like,
Applejack, Rarity, and Pinkie Pie realize, oh wait a minute, we crashed like 2 feet away from the docks.
yeah, just like, wow. So much for adventuring on the
You
high
guys,
seas, Applejack.
it's like, wow, you guys suck.
Yeah. So, even before this, though, I love what Twilight does. She basically tells all three of them there's a cutie map emergency. There's a friendship emergency. You don't see it on your flanks, but you will soon. Get to the docks right away. And
Get to the docks.
get to the chopper. Do it now. No. Then you have when they're all there, it's like, what's she doing there? Well, there is a friendship problem. Yours. I'm just like,
Oh, clever
you,
bunny.
yeah, clever girl. So they get on the boat and Twilight explains, hey, there were three things that happened. The first was the cucumber sandwiches. There's this creature, I forget what the creature was called, but
It
it's
was
down.
like it was like the Mon Bunyan or something. I thought
Yeah,
Twilight was
Top
saying
Bunyan or
Bunyan.
something.
I thought she kept saying Bunyan, so I just called it. The Bunyatron 5000.
I was thinking of John Bunyan, who wrote Pilgrim's Progress.
Okay, yeah, let's just call it John Bunyan. Actually, it's
Yeah.
probably named John because these writers are clever sometimes. So
Yep. So so this John Bunyan is attracted to cucumbers. The bubbles are what show when the John Bunyan is about to come up from. That's just too good. When the Bunyan creature is about to come up from the depths, and then you get that huge wave because um because it's coming to feed on the cucumbers, and then it comes up and it's a full on like dog sea serpent.
I wonder if it's friends with Stephen Magnet.
Oh my gosh, yes.
What if that's Stephen Magnet's pet?
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. It's
I
like,
like I like I like how
go
the
John
John
Bunyan, I'm going to tell you
I
where
love
to
how
go with
John
that.
Bunyan apologizes to the ponies. He's like, Twilight's like, yeah, he wants to say he's sorry, and I like how they forgive the monster before they forgive each other.
Yeah,
I'm just like, dude, that is some progressive writing right there.
and then you
Back
have
in my
Spike
day,
look
we
up,
just
and it's just like, hey, John Bunyan wants to hug us too, and so he just scoops them up and the
he
all of them.
picks up the boat.
Yeah,
Man, that monsters are way cooler now than they were in my day. Back in my day, we slayed them and then collected their scales to craft new armor.
yeah,
Now we have to like learn the history of their people and hear about the struggles of their empire and learn about how they're not so different from the humans and how we're actually the bad guys. It's like we
but
get it.
hey,
Humans are it's like we get it. Humans are dicks.
but even better is you look at some movies that their mythology is interesting, like in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, you have um you have the snake.
The basilisk.
Yeah, the basilisk, and it's an actual Greek pantheon thing that was a huge snake. And I'm like, that's cool that it can petrify from just looking it in the eyes. And now I'm thinking of the scene where Aunt May is delirious in the first Spider-Man movie, where it's like those eyes, those horrible yellow eyes.
Oh my god. Oh man. So at this point, and the moral of the episode is pretty nice too.
Yeah,
At this
even
episode,
experienced friends have
need
to
to
need to
have
communicate.
good communication.
And I
We
know that
John and
fiery
I say
Joker. I
as we
know that.
interrupt each other.
Yeah, I know that fiery Joker actually mentioned this in a tweet. He says, even close friends still need to learn communication skills, and he's just like, this. Like,
Oh yeah,
yes,
I know. I mean, don't let John and Brian's chemistry fool you. Away when they're off camera, oh dude, they're suplexing each other through tables.
yeah, we're RKOing each other out of nowhere.
They take the train that goes from Suplex City to Dudleyville.
And we go join up with Bullet Club.
Oh, I freaking love wrestling. So the episode ends on a pretty nice, sweet note, and I'm like, you know what? Had good laughs, had some good this, had some good that. You know what? I want to give this episode a 9.5 because it was just lovely.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I didn't expect to. Man, I just gotta start having low expectations for the show because I always walk away pleasantly surprised when I do.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the
I'm
lesson here, kids. Never expect highly of anything because you'll just walk away.
that is how my dad hated Star Wars. He goes to see Star Wars after hearing, back in 77 when it was in theaters, when everyone's saying, oh, this is the greatest movie of all time. And he goes and sees it, and he's just like, that is not the greatest movie of all time. That was immensely disappointing. I'm just like,
Wait, your
oh,
dad. It's like your dad wasn't one of the millions and millions blown away by Star Wars.
yep.
Have
He's
you checked his
actually,
pulse? Have you checked
He's
his pulse to make sure he's a functioning human being and not a robot?
yeah. Even worse though is that some of although he does have some good movies that he loves, like the remade Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan,
Yeah.
um, the Men in Black series, some of the best dry humor ever. And I found out they're actually were originally a Marvel property, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't know that unless you Googled them. It's not one of their most prized properties. But have you done an extensive background check on your father to make sure that he's not part of the Trade Federation or the Separatists?
Yes, I made
Have
sure
you
of
made
that.
sure he's not selling information to the First Order, which is weird because if we're going by Star Wars canon, they're technically like the 5 millionth Order. But point is, yeah,
Yeah.
this episode rocked the socks off nine and a half.
Well, this is gonna be our like third disagreement this season. I'm giving this a solid 7.
What the
Here's the reason.
John? I know where you live, man.
Yes, but you know exactly where I live.
A carpet bomb is still a carpet bomb. I'm sorry. Dude, there's this old Charlie Brown comic strip in the newspapers where you can find it on the internet. He's straight up like normally he guilt trips people when they don't invite him somewhere. That one time he straight up told them, "Hey, invite me to your party or I'll carpet bomb your house." I was like, "What the hell, Charlie Brown?"
No,
Dude, that should be the Gritty reboot. What done in the style of Jackass? What the hell, Charlie Brown?
yeah. You just took that a step further. I thought you. Sorry. Wow. Okay.
So yeah, he gives this episode a 10, and
No, I give it a 7 mainly because you had great laughs. That's awesome. I didn't have a ton of laughs. I liked some of it, but there was a lot of it that was just like, to me. So
yeah,
that's why.
this episode seemed to be pretty split. Not like love it or hate it, but kind of like that. It had kind of like a love it or kind of reception, which hey is better than love it or hate it because that means it's still. I've always said you've always said that even the bad episodes of the show are still pretty good.
And knowing that we're going to be going and seeing Spike at Your Service and Mysterious Ne'er-do-well in the off season.
Yeah, I think
Oh gosh.
I forgot to tell you. I think I'm gonna be out of town those weeks.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
Sure
when you were scheduling them, but yeah, I'm gonna be out of town.
You're going to have to black out every week now in fear of
Yeah,
us doing it.
I'm gonna have to black out every episode I don't like. Have to black out that one. Have to black out Meridwell. Have to black out Wonderbolt Academy. Have to black out Three's a Crowd. Have to
You
black
didn't
out
like
some pony.
Wonderbolt's Academy?
I've said this before. I always thought the episode was them trying too hard to show that Rainbow Dash is actually kind of cool by making a composite character in Lightning Dust that's just all the exaggerated tropes about Rainbow Dash.
I
I don't
actually
know. Season 3 had some weird characterizations, especially for Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash. They just fell off that season.
I actually saw a comic where it was where Lightning Dust is the granddaughter to Wind Rider, and she runs home crying from being expelled from the academy. And it's literally, oh, tell old Wind Rider what's really going on. I'm just like, oh dear Lord. That makes way too much sense.
Screw that. Why does everyone in the show have to try and make you feel bad for all the other characters? I've seen people write Iron Will sympathetically, and he didn't really have anything bad happen to him.
Wow.
It wasn't like Trixie where her career got ruined for the next like year and a half. It wasn't like Gilda who lost her oldest friend.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like Sunset Shimmer who, okay, she kind of brought that on herself. It wasn't like Starlight. It wasn't like Moon Dancer did nothing wrong.
Yeah. She did nothing wrong, and yet everyone's just like, oh, she's just as bad as Starlight and Cutie. No, she's not. She set herself up in her house and was a recluse. That's
Starlight Glimmer needs to. I mean, Moon Dancer needs to come back on this show because, first off, any excuse to have Kasumi Evans voice somebody, and then second, she was just awesome.
Yeah, indeed.
People say there are no strong female roles in media, bro.
Knee.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, this
yeah.
is me. So yeah, that's it from me, Snakeskin.
And that's it from me, John. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Next week.
Yep. Indeed.
Yep.
Peace out, Dragon.
Peace out. My friends are my power, and I'm theirs.